What is happening, guys? I'm Chris, we are JCD, and this is our final episode in the lead up to Christmas 2022. In this week's episode, Christmas comes early for a customer that's got a flooded bathroom due to a blocked drain. I'm back on the rooftops of London with a regular customer of ours unblocking some stacks, and we have an absolute disaster when one of our vans breaks down, the busiest period of the year. So we are JCD, final one for 2022. Let's roll the footage. Good morning, team. Monday morning. For those of you that are keen viewers, and as I always say, that should be all of you by now, I am feeling better. I spent most of the weekend in bed. I actually had to go to work on, do a couple of little bits Saturday, but nothing too crazy. So I spent the whole weekend resting and feel a lot better today. So it's Monday morning. I've got a couple of drainage jobs, to be honest. This week is predominantly consumed by drainage. I'm actually meeting with someone next week, in between Christmas and New Year, about coming on to the drainage full time so that I don't have to do it, because it's really busy now, which is good. It's got to that point where someone can come and, pretty much full-time employee can come over and do that. So I've got that meeting. So I've got a couple of drainage jobs today. I've been to one already this morning. I got to site on time, about 8:30. And it was manic. No one seemed to know where I was wanted, what needed doing. I know the owner of the company, luckily enough, so I called him. He said he would be about 20 minutes, but I waited there for an hour and 20. All build time, but still it's not the point. So I said, look, I've got to get off, I've got some other jobs. He's going to send me a list and plot numbers of stuff he wants done, and then we'll get back there latter part of the week. We're just at a contract round the corner from the office. They've got a blocked toilet, so we're going to head inside, get them clear. Then we've got a block kitchen sink and then a couple of general maintenance bits and pieces to do in Dartford. So a busy day and poor weather, although it is not freezing no more, which I am pleased to say. The snow is completely gone because we had lots of rainfall yesterday. So yeah, tomorrow I'm meeting with Adam. We're putting down some content in the office in the morning, be our last bits for the year, to be honest. We're going to do some best bits and some other, an outro for 2022. Lots of stuff planned for next year, which we will obviously divulge in January. So yeah, so got here, let's go and unblock this toilet. Oh, they're in trouble with this one. They're in trouble with this one. Oh dear. Right, let's get some tools. Yeah. Here's our blockage. All clear. Clean that down. That one's all finished. Blockage of just build up tissue. To be honest, on the rest bend there, all cleared now though. I've mopped up as best I can. Ironically, I know a decent cleaning company if they need one, so I'll make sure I recommend them. Right, so let's go show the customer it's all done, and then we are on to the next one. Day in the life of a business owner. Went to another job, sink, very nice lady. Done that, and I am now going to Dartford for my 4th job of the day, and the van has broken down. I am currently stuck on the motorway. It never rains, it pours. We're waiting for recovery, should be around 45 minutes. This is not ideal because I am absolutely stacked this week. I am full Monday to Friday. I have no room for any movement. And now I'm going to have to move these jobs that I've got today and try and fit them in tomorrow somewhere, God knows where, without a van. I don't know. It's nearly Christmas. I suppose that's a plus. Let's wait for the recovery and see what happens. I now find myself in a recovery van. Not a great way to end the year. We get this recovered. Don's going to pick me up from the garage, and then luckily the jobs that I've got on I can either do in the tanker, or I could just take the car and put some tools in the back. Yeah, not ideal because I had to cancel a new customer today. It's only the 2nd job that we've ever done for them, but it is what it is. We soldier on. Keep you guys updated. What is happening, gang? What's today? We are Tuesday. Forgot my DJI this morning, so to be honest with you guys, it is even though this video will be out in the new year, so happy new year to you all, because we are a couple of weeks behind in terms of, you know, what the videos coming out and actual real life. So this is the week before Christmas. Things are starting to quieten down. Now, obviously, yesterday, as you guys know, the van decided to give up for Christmas. I haven't had an update from the garage yet, so I am still without a jetting van. So I went out this morning. I met Adam this morning, nice and early. I'm sure he can overlay some footage of us this morning. We laid down a couple of videos that we needed to do just to check out for 2022. We've done our top 5 YouTube moments, which was quite fun to do, and recap on some of those. So we got that put down, and just a little outro for 2022. I then went to a couple of drainage jobs, 2 in Dartford that I was on the way to yesterday when the van packed up. Got them both done. They were both small issues. Went to another one that the tenant wasn't in, so we'll have to arrange another visit there this week. And then this afternoon, as you can see, I am at home in our snug room. This is where I tend to sit and do any emails. My daughter's upstairs destroying her bedroom because my wife has taken our eldest two daughters to the pantomime this afternoon. So I'm doing my dad bit and working from home. Got a couple of contracts to cost, so I'm just in the process of doing that as we speak. An interesting call from a cladding job today. They want some cladding washed down, so that was quite interesting. He sent me some photos. It was a lot bigger than he made out on the phone, which is nice. Something they're looking to have done early part of next year. So yeah, busy day today, to be honest. Tomorrow we are at a regular customer of ours. We're going to have to take the tanker down there because obviously the jetting van is out of action, which isn't a problem. We'll take the tanker down there, and we have got some ACO drains to clean. I am going to carry on vlogging between Christmas and New Year. It might not be as manic or as you know, there might not be as much going on, but just for continuity for myself, trying to make sure I keep in that habit, because I am in the habit of, you know, getting the camera out most days and giving you guys an update as to what's going on. And it's nice time now of year to sit back and sort of take some stock and work out what's going to be going on next year. We've got some good plans next year. Me and Adam had a brief catch up this morning. We're going to catch up the first week of January about some of our content ideas, and we've got some new bits and pieces coming out for that. We've got some planned visits, so we've got some days out that we're going to be bringing to your guys' screens, and obviously taking you guys along that journey with me. So I'm going to keep up to date with the vlogging throughout Christmas and New Year. I say they might be shorter videos, shorter updates, just to let you know sort of what's going on through my mind. I sort of use this as a bit of a journaling piece, really, you know, just to put my thoughts out there on a daily basis, which is ultra useful. So yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon doing what quotes I've got to do, and then we are back out and about getting involved tomorrow. I am meeting a drainage technician next week, with a hope of getting them possibly on board to come and do all the drainage, so I can get back to what I need to be doing and doing the business development side of things. So yeah, a busy day today, a nice and eclectic day, which is what I like, filming with Adam, a couple of drainage jobs. Now I'm back on the commercial stuff, with costing of jobs and things like that. So a nice mixed bag today, and plus it's been nice to work from home this afternoon. Been so busy lately, and we're busy the rest of the week. So yeah, it's nice to catch a little break. So that wraps up Tuesday, guys. Don't worry, we've got a busy rest of the week. I'll update you guys on the van to make sure it's okay. I know you're probably all concerned after yesterday. So yeah, wraps up Tuesday. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the morning.
It is creating a habit as a manager or a business owner of looking for it. I would walk through and try to find anything good I could talk about.
Good morning, gang. Wednesday, we are over in Lenham. We have got some ACO drains that we are jetting out for a customer. Only a handful of jobs on today. This is the first of them. I'm in the tanker because obviously no update with in regards to the van being ready. So we've had to bring the tanker over here. Probably a little bit heavy duty for what we need it for, but needs must on this particular occasion. So I've just got here, cupboards are up, the van's filled up, so let's go and jet out these ACO drains. We've been at this job before, previous video, so for those of you that are keen viewers, you would have seen this already. So let's go downstairs, show you what's going on. Had the basket out. Check this down the line, waiting for it to fill up with a little bit of water. I have just got back down to JCD HQ from being over in Lenham this morning. I popped to another job while I was here. I actually went to this job yesterday, but no one was in. Customer, the outside tap, they couldn't shut it off, and it was absolutely hammering out. Their water bill must be through the roof. The lady reckons she's only just moved in for a couple of days. So I managed to get it shut off for her, but it needs a replacement because there's no way that they can open it or shut it. I've had to come back to JCD HQ to put the tanker back. I'm going to jump back in my car. I'm going to head over to the car garage, which is literally just around the corner, to see if they've got an update with our van. And then I've got to get over to Sutton Valence for a leaking toilet, which shouldn't take me too long. I've just had to come here to put some intros down for Adam, which we've just done. I'll move around the office and do them in different places, obviously with different headline titles depending on what's going on in the week. So yeah, we're going to jump back in the Defender now, and we're going to head over to see how the van is getting on. The guy pissed me right off. He's told me that he reckons the van's seized, the engine's seized, but there was no warning lights on. He said there's oil in it, there's coolant in it, and plus the van was turning over and it was moving. So if the engine's seized, surely it wouldn't move. I'm not a mechanic by any stretch. Try calling Peugeot. They said I need to call another specific number, so they gave me a number, and yeah, I'll have to jump on that. That's not ideal, because one, it means it's going to be off the road for a while. Two, it's going to be expensive. I'm going to say it is a Peugeot van, so let's hope they sort something out. And yeah, we'll have to keep you guys updated on that one. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination, because I imagine anything like that. Try and look for this house number. Anything like that is, I imagine, pretty expensive. So I'll contact the manufacturer, and we'll try and get around it that way. So okay, we'll see what this job's about. I had to ask the postman in the end where that job was. It was quite hidden around the corner. Anyway, spoke to the lady in there. Very nice lady. Big problem in there. The toilet pan seems to be leaking. It's really leaking. Looks like someone's had a go at repairing it themselves, to be honest, but it's an old cast iron stack. It needs taking out and new putting in. It's beyond repair. But all the floors all damaged where it's been leaking for some time. He reckons it's been leaking since January. Again, I mentioned earlier on in the channel, I won't say the housing provider, but some of these social housing providers really do need to up their game. You can see why these tenants get really pissed off with housing associations, because, you know, from January, and then there's a flat downstairs that it's leaking into. There's now mould everywhere as well. It's not on really, and the frustrating thing is I've been sent there as what they call make safe, so effectively go there and diagnose the problem, or if there's something I can do to rectify it immediately, I would do so. You know, I could put a bit of silicone around it, but then what happens is the repair doesn't get authorised, and the woman has to carry on living with it. It's just crazy. So yeah, I've got one more job to go to. I say a bit of a stressful day, to be honest. It really peed me off about this van. I'll have to look into that and get my email writing skills out. So I've got one more job to look at, which I believe is a leaking shower. So I'm going to pop and look at that, and that's going to wrap up Wednesday. I've just finished over at the next one. This one was a tap that had lack of pressure. I've undone all the tap, give it a clear out. There's quite a big build up of limescale, to be honest, and it wasn't getting hot. It seems to be getting quite hot now, and the pressure seemed okay. So I've told them to monitor it, and if it changes again, I'll put in a recommendation for a new tap. So it's 3:20 now. I'm not that far from home, which is good. I'm now going to go home and have the battle of ringing Peugeots. It's odds on, isn't it? That van, we picked that up in February. It was in February we picked it up. So, but apparently the warranty is when the vehicle is registered, which was September. So we're literally just out of warranty from who I spoke to. So I'll have to have the battle about that when I get back. So I'm really annoyed about that, and it's really pissed off my day. I know I say on the channel about trying not to let things like that ruin your day, but sometimes, unfortunately, they do. That wraps up Wednesday. We're in London tomorrow. I'll catch up with you guys then, and hopefully I'm in a better mood and I'll have an update about the van. Good morning, Team JCD. We are in our favourite place, London, today. We are on a roof near the Strand. We've got to just run our cable machine through some rainwater gullies just to make sure that they're running okay. Typical London job. I was told it was 1-2 roofs. The guy here showed me around literally about 3,000 roofs, but yeah, we'll get through what we can. And then I've got to head back over to another job that we've been to before where we've surveyed. They have a blocked rainwater gully there as well. And then we have one more job on the way home in Dartford where we've got to replace a sink trap. So a busy day, so let's get started. We finished up at that particular job in the Strand. It all went okay. Usually they're like S's, they go flat and then they go down. And once you get through that flat, all the mud, they were all clear. There was one that was blocked, managed to unblock that one. There's one that is pretty full. I'm gonna have to make some recommendations for that. If they want that done, they have to have a slightly different head on the machine. So lots of stones and debris down there. It didn't have a guard on it, which if you don't put guards on these things are going to go down, and that's what the guards are for. So yeah, so I just jumped back in the car. It's about lunchtime now, around 12 o'clock. I'm just going to head over to a job we've been to before. We've done a survey up on the roof. One of the rainwater gullies was blocked, so we're going to head over there, put our flex shaft machine through it, and hopefully get it clear for the customer. It's only a 15-minute journey, which is good. And then we're going to head over to Dartford where we've got to do a replacement of a sink waste trap. So yeah, let's head over to Rundell Tower. So we have arrived at the second job of the day. I've been to this job twice before. We've done some surveys to the rainwater lines that are here. When we done our initial survey, one of the stacks was blocked. There was a blockage in it. So we've got our flex shaft machine up with us today. We're going to run it through the stack and get that clear because it is causing some damp in one of the flats below. 24 floors up we are, above the London skyline. Spin you guys round. See the Shard in the distance and a lovely view of the city. But anyway, we're not here for the view, we are here to get to work. So let's go down on the roof down there and get it unblocked. There. There we go. Bingo. You can always tell when you got it down there, especially where we're so high up and it's actually gone along and down the stack. There's pressure there, you can hear the gurgling and then all of a sudden it goes, and I can feel that it's free flowing just by the weight of it. It's now free flowing through there, so that is definitely clear. Look. So that's clear.
What we've got now is we've got some smaller ones up on the main roof that then feed down into the two sides. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run a flex shaft through them just while I'm up here, just to make sure they're free flowing. And then yeah, nice and quick job this one. Sometimes, you know, you can put the flex shaft through and it'll go straight away. Sometimes it takes a little bit more convincing, but luckily this one went relatively easy, which is what we like on a Thursday. So let's head up on the roof upstairs and see what they're like. What we've got on this job is we've got the two main stacks either side. So we've got 1, 2 over in the corner, just there, and then it's the same the other side, but they've got these small drains here that then drop down onto the roof, and then they'll go down the main stack. So there's 1, 2, I think there's 4 of them. So 2, 3, and there's a couple on the roof up the top there, so we'll also give them a clear out whilst we're up here. So we're going to run the flex shaft machine through it and just make sure they're free flowing. What we want to see is see them come out the bottom, ideally. There we go. So we're in here. As you can see, that is out the bottom there, so we know that's clear. So we'll pull that all the way back just to make sure it's clear. Bingo. So we know that one's totally clear. On to the next. In the pipe because I can hear it. It's clear. Ooh, a lot in that one. Quite a bit of debris in this one. Where are we going? That way. Out. Yep, that's out at the bottom. So that one is done. Hopefully that will be it now for this particular job. They won't need us here anymore, because they were just worried that there might be a bit of debris from the roof works, but that's all clear now. All the stacks are clear, we've surveyed them all. So that should be it for this job. Hopefully they won't need to have us back. So yeah, so that wraps up this one. We've got one more to do, and then the way things stand at the moment, that is actually it for Christmas, which I'm quite pleased about, to be honest. It's been busy, end of the year, which is fantastic, and we've got a few bits planned already for next year, a couple of repairs, etc. We've got work booked in for the 3rd and 4th of January, but I'm ready for a little bit of a break. So yeah, we've got one more to do. We're going to take our stuff down, we'll jump back in that rickety old lift, which I hate. We'll jump in that, get back down. We've got one more to do in Dartford, and then that will probably wrap it for 2022. Yeah, let's get our stuff wrapped up, get back downstairs. Now, I'm not particularly scared of heights, to be honest, but we are 24 floors up. I don't know how many feet that is, but it's a fair drop. You can see how far down that is. And mate, this rickety old lift that is just on this don't know, just don't trust it, but hey, we've got to get down. So let's wrap this up. Lunacy, crazy. How this gets past health and safety is beyond me. Right, so that should be locked like that. The gate's up. Let's pull this one down. Right, let's see if we can get down, eh? Whey!
Done.
So we have just got back to my home address. Didn't film the job I was at in Dartford, but effectively it needed a new sink trap. Adam will chuck a picture on here. Chucked a brand new one on there. The guy had tried tightening it himself because he had a slight leak, and what he'd basically done is there is 3 plastic pieces that hold the screw dead in the centre. One of them had snapped, so it was at a slight angle, so it was basically lifting one end and he was getting a slight leak, but we replaced it for him, so he shouldn't have any problems now. Nice guy, actually, chatting to me. He actually is a tanker driver in the evening, works nights, so yeah, that was interesting. Had a good chat with him. So yeah, that wraps up Thursday, guys. All finished, 3 jobs, a lot of travelling to and from today, but that's fine. Tomorrow I am gonna take the car down the office, empty it out because I've got some tools in here, etc., where I'm not with a van. I have spoke to Peugeot to give you guys a little bit of an update. They gave me a reference number and I am in contact with them, and they are helping me, which is a positive sign at the moment. Fingers crossed we can get some resolution. As I say, that van is just over 3 years old, but it's only done about 54,000 miles, which is not a lot. No warning lights come on, no low oil, no coolant was in it, you know, so it's full service history, so there's no reason an engine that young should be seizing. And I certainly I'm not planning on footing the bill. You know, we're pretty good at getting resolution to things like that. So yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I am going to try and keep things quiet between Christmas and New Year. We've got a few bits and pieces going on with at JCD, just getting ready. We do have staff in during that period. We've got a portfolio of restaurants we do. They're open Christmas Day. So we've got cover on those days. I'll be on the phone, but I'm going to keep it nice and quiet if I can. But we shall see. Last year, I think I had a call-out Boxing Day. But apart from that, it was relatively quiet, which fingers crossed it's the same again this year. So that wraps up today, guys. I will catch you in the morning for Final Thought Friday and anything else that comes in. Speak soon. So it's Friday and we are down in the office. This is actually the last week before Christmas and the New Year for us at JCD and Greywater Drainage. I am going to, just for continuity reasons, going to be filming in between Christmas and New Year, although there's not a lot going on. We have agreed to help a company we do some drainage work for with some of their call-outs during Christmas and New Year, so I'll keep you up to date with how that is going. I jumped out and done a tanker job this morning for customer, but it's been absolutely belting down all morning with rain. I was absolutely drenched. I have actually subsequently gone home and got changed, and the rest of the day we'll be winding down for Christmas and the New Year. So I'm going to use today just to say thank you to everyone that tunes in or keeps an eye on what goes on a weekly basis. A couple of people have advised me not to do a weekly episode, but I wanted to do it just to document the journey that I'm on and use it more as a journal as to what goes on. So I appreciate all 470 subscribers that subscribe to our YouTube channel and that follow along on a weekly basis. Thank you. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas and New Year, but don't worry, we'll be filming in between and beyond. And we've got lots of new stuff coming out for our YouTube channel next year. So thank you to you all. Thanks for all subscribing. If you don't subscribe, make sure you do. Have a fantastic Christmas and New Year, and I will check in with you guys next week to let you know how things are getting on.